Yeah, it is. It is Mr. Allen. But here we go, everybody. Welcome in to a new episode of Forward Down the Field podcast. I'm your host, Rob Young Bob Anderson, with my co-host Jeremy J. Dub Whalen. Jeremy, welcome in to a beautiful Sunday fall morning. We got a new week of football upon us. We got some big matchups. I know you went to California last week, but welcome in, my friend.
Yes. Well, a couple weeks ago I did, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, my wife always tells me I don't listen. So anyway, Jeremy, your team last week went up against Jack. Let's start there. I know it was a big matchup for both you guys outside of, you two just, wanting to always beat one another. Why don't you go and talk about your matchup? I mean, I know you kind of had a dud with Robinson Jr., but it was one of those weeks where Jack was just destined probably for a win, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he put up 148. That's a good score, even though he got 0 from his defense and 1 point from his kicker. Uh, yeah, my -9 with Cincinnati's defense, that kind of hurt. And then, yeah, I really didn't have any running backs, and
Yeah.
clearly could have made a lot of random decisions to get a backup running back and pick the wrong one. But yeah, my team is bleak. Jack got the W. Good for him. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I had most of my decent players on a bye.
Yeah.
Then I made a ridiculous trade that didn't even execute for me to get any of those players for the week. So, yeah, there's not much to say. Jack, good win. He wins a couple more, he'll be right in the playoffs. So,
Still have a half a season to go, so anybody can still do some damage here. We'll go into my matchup where Adam just obliterated me. The week before this matchup, Adam actually outscored me by 100. And this one he almost did almost back to back weeks. But yeah, he's just been putting up numbers. My team, obviously, I've been, had some bye weeks myself, had some injuries going on. My team's been last couple of weeks been pretty down. I'm looking to get back onto the win column this week against Bijan and my wife. But yeah, I mean Adam's team has just been showing out. I mean, yeah, we can talk about the Chase trade, but I mean he had a good team before that. So I mean, it's like he got a sensu bean, went into the hyperbolic time chamber, and came out a Super Saiyan 2. So Adam, the only thing I ask is please just, carry on this week against Jack. Make him feel the pain. Because it hurt really bad for me last week. But good job, buddy. I didn't really give myself much of a shot. You steamrolled me. Uh let's talk about we just talked about Brenna. She went up against Shane last week. Brenna had a dud. I mean, Jake Ferguson, tight end one, got 0 points. That's the kind of week she had. Bijan had less than six. It was just a bad week for her. And Shane got his second win of the year, getting less than 105 points this year. So he's winning ugly matchups. I don't foresee that continuing. But yeah, what do you have to say about Shane in this matchup? It was ugly. It's 94-78, Jeremy.
it really is. There's some bad teams in this league. I am one of them. Shane, I think you might have the worst. He's just got no quarterback. Just, yeah, I don't know. But, and then, yeah, Bruna just had a rough week. Steelers got her -8 points on defense. Yeah, this was just, it was a mud bowl, basically.
The Steelers defense has been I mean, I know they're bad, but I'm surprised they're this bad for this long. But I
Well,
mean,
and I think they spend the most money on their defense of any team in the NFL.
I
And
I don't know what's going on there though. They got a healthy TJ Watt. What's their they have a defensive another defensive lineman or a defensive end, starts with an H, but he's good. I mean, like
Highsmith.
he, is it him?
Yeah, I think so. Highsmith is his name.
Okay, Highsmith, and I think there's somebody else I'm even thinking of then. But anyway, I don't understand how this defense is so bad, but yeah, -8 points. Steelers defense sucks. But Shane, sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good, my friend. Let's see. Let's go to this matchup. Dom just edged Marty. Funny thing about this matchup was I was in bed, kind of tracking this matchup, kind of tracking the Monday night game. I knew the situation that like he needed like a turnover and a sack or something like down the stretch. I thought it was a lost cause. I didn't think it was going to happen, so I just turned it off. I turned something else on, only to see my brother or Dom like celebrating or whatever. And I turned on or looked in the fantasy, and I couldn't believe it. But Marty just cannot get a win. Yeah, big stunner on Monday Night Football late. I don't know if you saw it, Jeremy, or if you can elaborate on that, but I did not see it, but I did notice uh the change there. So
Yeah, I basically saw it just kind of what you did the next day because I thought the game was over. I thought there was absolutely no way, and yeah, and then Dom had an issue with his field goal kicker, right? Matt Gay got injured, I think, and
yep, got a one
yeah,
point.
Marty's team is pretty damn good. He's definitely a top 8 team by pretty damn good. That's relative, but man, he's kind of too far back now to even get into the playoffs. But we'll
Well,
see.
it's his running back situation. He needs to get rid of he needs to stop playing Kenny Gainwell. That's the problem. I feel like he needs to stop playing Kenny because the only game that he had that was good, there was no Jalen Warren, and that really, and then Hubbard, like he's playing him. I know he had some people on bye, but like, yeah, I don't know. Don't stop playing Kenny. I feel like you're playing him every week. Let's see. Jim and Bird. Jim finally got his first loss of the season. It was destined to happen, obviously. But yeah, a 76-point game. It was ugly. But here's the thing, Jimbo. If you're gonna lose and have a bad week, you hope all your players have a bad week to get out of their system. You don't want to waste big performances. So yeah, Bird got in the win column. He's 500. Jim, you're still on top, 7-1, my friend. And you got Lamar back, who already gave you a good game that we're going to talk about here soon. But yeah, got your first loss, but you got your star. It's a good trade.
Yep. No, he had a terrible week, but he's missing Gibbs and Jackson and Garrett Wilson, so he'll probably have brighter weeks to come. And yeah, Bert's team not bad at all. Terrible performance by Dak. Um, yeah, so Bert had a couple people on buys as well, and I think Bucky Irving should be taken back over RB1 in Tampa. So Bird's team's looking up too.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go into this week's standings. We already talked
Well,
about.
did we do Drew and Jeff?
Oh yeah, how can I forget? Go
Well,
ahead and
Drew's pretty
start.
forgettable.
Yeah. Where is it? I don't know how I skipped over that. Oh yeah, yeah. Drew beat Jeff. Drew's now 6-2, winners of four straight. He's got CD Lamb back. Not a huge game there, but I mean, it's nice to know that you're going to have a nice security blanket with any game that you can go off there. Kelsey, I've been down about, but he just keeps putting up numbers. This was before I thought, the Chiefs were going to go back a few years and start actually having an awesome offense. So, Kelsey now, yeah, he's a good play. I admit I was wrong there. McMillan, he's been, I think he's been getting better, and I think I heard that the back half of the season for fantasy for Carolina is going to be good for wide receivers, so that might be good. And obviously Jonathan Taylor, I mean he's so good, man. In my opinion, he's the MVP right now, and if it's not a quarterback award, I don't even think it's even close right now, just because Puka got hurt. But yeah, I mean 168 to 141. I mean, it just sucks when you put up 141 and lose, man. But yeah, Jeff just needs to get back into the winning column. His team's kind of taken a dive here last couple of weeks, losing two straight. But it's not that he's lost two straight. It's that I think the last few weeks before this, he hasn't really put up a big number. And I could check on that while you elaborate on this matchup.
Yeah, well, Jeff's about to lose 3 in a row because he's got me this week.
God dang.
But yeah, Drew, Jonathan Taylor, Bo Nix. What are you going to say? You're getting almost 69 points between your running back and your QB. One thing about roster management, Drew, obviously you're a Michigan and Ohio State fanboy. Um, don't know why you kept Hassan Haskins on your roster as long as you did. The third string running back of the Chargers. That doesn't really make sense. Drew, I'm blaming Travis Hunter's injury on you. Obviously, he if Drew's not going to start him, the game he gets 100 yards and a touchdown, why even play this year? Drew, you have a good team.
He
but
told me he's
you
going to
are,
waste his only good game. And
yeah.
I think he immediately said, "I hate you" or something like that.
Well, there's something about not wanting to play for your team. If
Something to say.
Drew, if we had to equate him to a NFL head coach, he'd be Matt Patricia riding around his four wheeler.
Yeah, yes, I agree. I mean, 6-2. I don't really think he's as good as a 6-2 team. I think definitely regression is coming for Drew, and I think it's still. You know how Bo Nix is starting to kind of play a little bit better. He made the big stink about that at the draft, right? Well, this
Yeah,
is just see, Bo Nix started off shitty. Now he wants Drew to start getting confidence before it just comes to a halt and a crash. Bo Nix is gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen, Jeremy. I'm not wishing ill on him, but my God, something's gonna happen, and it's gonna come crashing down for him. That's called karma. Um, Drew, you're not a 6-2 team, okay? I'm 5-3 and I feel like I'm 4-4. You're a 6-2 team that well, we're gonna find out this week if you're gonna win. We're gonna start. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to jump ahead too much here. So why don't we just dive right into week 9 now that I finally got all the matchups done, Jeremy? Let's where do you think we should start here? Do you want to dive right into Drew? He's taking Bird on. Yeah, let's just start here.
yep,
Okay. Dak Prescott against Bo Nix. I think we both agree that we're going to take Dak Prescott in that matchup over the quarterbacks there, Jeremy. Dak with a juicy matchup against Arizona. He's got weapons. Bo Nix at Houston, that pass rush. I'm taking Houston that game outright, and I think Bo Nix, this is a game where he's going to struggle, get roughed around. Will Anderson's going to, probably be biting his kneecaps. But yeah, I'm taking the Prescott there over Nix. And Jonathan Taylor, it's hard to take, but at least he's going up against James Cook, Jeremy. Who's been balling out himself in a big matchup against the
that's
Chiefs.
true.
Who do you like
Yeah.
there in that running back spot?
Well, I just think Pittsburgh defense are obviously going to be jacked up after listening to this pod after we've been criticizing their poor play. I
True.
think they shut down Jonathan Taylor. By shutting down, he's still going to get 70 yards rushing, a couple catches. I don't think he scores a touchdown this week. And yeah, I probably the game of the week in the NFL, the Chiefs and Bills. I look for James Cook to light it up. So I got James Cook in that matchup.
All right, next running back spot there. I think we both agree, Jeremy, that McNichols is going to get in the end zone and Alvin Kamara is already banged up. Going up against the Rams, good defense. I'm taking McNichols over Kamara. What do you think, Jeremy?
Definitely. McNichols, if there's a play this week, it's him getting in the end zone.
Absolutely. Jeremy, I think we both agree that Amon Ra is probably going to ball out, right? He's probably going to get like 19 points, 20 points. Sure, he's going to ball out. But I think if there's a game where McMillan can get like 25 points, I think it's sitting against the shitty pack. Give me McMillan to out edge St. Brown just because uh oh wait, never mind. St. Brown's Birds player. Give me St. Brown, Jeremy. Give me St. Brown
Yeah.
over Drew's player. Sorry, I was just trying to find a reason to take one of Birds players there. Um, Zay Flowers is going to outball Jordan Addison just because the Lions are going to be ravaging JJ. Jawan Johnson's going to fluke 30-point game. I mean, what I'm trying to say here, Jeremy, is Bird's going to beat Drew at every aspect of this matchup. Give me Bird.
Yeah. Give me Bird too. I think Marvin Mims Jr., who's actually rolled out this week and in the flex spot, is going to outperform CD Lamb.
Yes, that's a good eye, Jeremy. Yeah, I mean, how many times has Bird not had like a full lineup?
Well, I know he at least one time is in for that $10. He might, I don't know. He likes living life on the edge.
He's
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 got
he's stubborn, man. He does not want to lose anybody. I get it, but like sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, man.
he's got
Make
everyone's
trades
on
or
a
something.
buy.
I don't know, but yeah, this is a good week for Drew to win. But give me the Bird Screaming Eagles, baby.
Give me the Birdman.
Yeah, baby. All right, let's go into this matchup. Adam has been killing it. Oh, real quick, I do want to mention that matchup against Bird and Drew. Drew does own the match all-time series 11-3. Okay. So, yeah. Drew's been killing it. Birds due for a win. We just hit on it. Next matchup is Jack versus Adam. Jack is 7-5 all time, but Adam's been rolling. Where do you think this matchup's going to rely on? Like, what players do you think are going to have to show up and show out for one of these squads to get the dub?
Well, just kind of checking over Adams' lineup. He's kind of got a couple decisions. Is he gonna start Jane Daniels, or he probably already made his decision and gonna go with Daniel Jones? Right now, Adam is just lacking at running back. He needs Nick Chubb to come out erect, get that Chubb hard, and get
Real
him
or
in the
right?
end zone. But yeah, that's where Adam's at. He doesn't have
Yeah,
Barkley and he doesn't have Judkins. He's got
no,
no running backs. So if
yep. And I
Jack's
don't
gonna take
is
it,
Flacco playing for the Bengals?
God, I don't even know. He's still questionable, I think.
Oh man, yeah. Well, if Flacco ain't playing, Chase Brown ain't going to be that good either, though. So that's kind of whatever. Because Chase Brown's on Jack's team. I just think like Browning's that bad. Chase Brown would suck too. But yeah, um, it is interesting, like you said. This can be a good matchup here. I think if for some reason I just feel like AJ Barner is going to have an actual decent week for a tight end on Sunday Night Football. I feel like every time I see Seattle play, like AJ Barner is doing decent things above expectation. McConkey's been getting it going lately. This is a good week to beat Adam. You mentioned that you think Jonathan Taylor isn't going to get a touchdown. So does that mean you think Daniel Jones is going to get more fantasy, or do you think the Steelers actually show up here and take on the Colts and kind of hold them, kind of low in scoring? Like, what do you think is going to happen there? Because I'm looking for a reason to take Jack other than like Glad McConkey and maybe a little bit of DK Metcalf today in what could be a high scoring game. Like I think Adam has the better lineup. I don't really
Yep.
like JJ today against Detroit. I mean, he's going to get like a decent stat line, I think, but I'm not sold if he's going to get in the end zone. So I don't know. You got a young quarterback in JJ playing today against the Lions defense that's hungry. I don't know, man. Give me Adam, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jack won.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Give me Adam. He's been hot. There's no reason to go against him. I do think, though, Jack playing Michael Pittman and Adam having Daniel Jones, that's a great way to offset a good quarterback play just
Max,
because our receivers
stop.
can get so many
Bad.
points.
Sorry, I'm yelling at my dog. I do want to also say Drake May. I think he could have a big game today against Atlanta. I think that could be a high scoring game. But moving on, give me Adam. I'm leaning Adam, but that's going to be a tight game there.
Corn dude.
Yes, sir. This matchup, Marty's begging for a win, man. We just talked about how he had heartbreak last week. Can't really buy a win. He's 1-7, needs to win. He's not out of it just yet. You think he's a top 8 team? He's taking on Shane this week, who I think is 4-4. But I would rather. I mean, to me, like Shane feels like he's 1-7. I mean, it, Marty and Shane. Shane owns the all-time record, 5-3. One more thing before I want to say before we get into this matchup. I'm not sure why Marty still has Ayuk on his team. He's not. I mean, guy's like on vacation or something. He's probably like on the beach somewhere. He's not going to play football this year. I've heard no different about that. Yeah, I just want to bring that up. But yeah, Shane's team, man. Like, I get it. He's got Gadsden. He's got Ricky Pearsall in there. Well, that's going to change. Yeah, I don't really think he's even paying attention to anything. He doesn't even care. Give me Marty.
Yep. Give me Big Red. Give me the red rifle.
But I do
Give
think
me.
Marty's going to. I think Marty is going to put up a number this week. But my point is, like, I honestly don't know if Shane's even like. Does he even care? You know what I mean? He's got Manon guy because what Swift not playing now or something.
He's made some changes from last week, but yeah, he's got a guy that's ruled out in his starting lineup, and it's Sunday morning. The game's starting like 2.5 hours. What are you doing, Shane? But Marty, you got a pretty good team. I was wrong about Javante Williams. What can I say? Number 5 ranked running back in our league. I was just pissed I had him last year and didn't do shit with Denver. But new home has helped him out a lot. And yeah, getting that what's this guy's name? Kimani Vidal, huge pickup, Marts.
Come
Mart
back, Hampton. Come back and be my playoff hero.
Here's the thing,
But
Marty.
yes, you're right. Vidal's been huge for Marty.
Yes. Marty's talking about where are the free wins on his schedule. This is one right here. Go out and get your W, Marty.
Yep.
Shane,
Brenna couldn't
good
get
luck.
her free win last week. That's she's trying to get back on the right track this week. Let's dive right into my matchup with her. It's the battle of the household here in Swartz Creek here. We're both losers last week. She's losers of the last two. This matchup's going to come down to the 4 o'clock game between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. You obviously need production like in your lineup. I think we're gonna get that from our lineups today. But if you're gonna get the win today, it's gonna be one right there, in my opinion. I do like Laporta today against the Vikings. I think it's going to be like a Laporta-esque, not like a huge Laporta game, but I think he's going to. I think you're going to see Laporta. I think he's going to be involved in that offense. Nakua's back. I'm personally super excited to see him. I hope he's going to be back to full health. He should be. All reports say that. It'd be nice to see a little bit more Montgomery this week. Last week was a dud. Last couple of weeks haven't been good, which is why I think Montgomery is going to be playing a little bit more. Look for Gibbs to still do his thing, but yeah, Monty's going to get involved. I'll hold off on who I'm going to say. Jeremy, you go ahead and talk about this matchup just for a minute here.
Yeah, the real question is who's going to be wearing the Swartz and who's going to be in the Creek after this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. What a matchup! And you both have a receiver going with your respective quarterback. So I think a huge thing's going to be is Josh Allen throwing a touchdown to Shakur, or is Patrick Mahomes going to hit Worthy, and maybe one of those guys gets 2 touchdowns. I think that'll be huge. Rob, you're lucky. Nakua's back. I think that helps your team. Yeah, you know that EJ Wilson or whatever that guy's name is or Emmanuel Wilson on the Packers. I think that
Yeah,
was a great pickup.
it's
That
a
was a
dart
guy
throw.
yeah, that was a great pickup. Surprised a team like Jim wouldn't get his handcuff for his best player, Josh Jacobs. Well, Jim's actually got a couple good players. So, but yeah, for
Jim's
you,
team is
for
pretty stacked.
no, it is for you though. Getting him, he could score a touchdown this week, which would be huge for you. But Brenna's got Bijan, and he's a fucking beast. So I'm going to go with Brenna. I think your quarterbacks are going to play very similar. But I right now she's got pretty much the best running back in the NFL on her team, and he's a workhorse in fantasy.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, I'm going with Brenna.
Yeah, I mean, I did mention that I'm a believer in Laporta this week. I'd like to see Montgomery. I think I'm going to see a little bit more of Montgomery. It does come down to Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, the stacks that you mentioned. I do feel a little bit more confident in the Allen Shakir just because it's at home. But with that being said, man, you know, the only thing that I don't like with her team is something that I'm experiencing in a league that I have Jacoby Myers, but I'm forced to play him. I don't, he's not questionable. He's supposed to play, but he wants to be traded. If they're going to trade him, if there's any idea that they will trade him, like they might not want to even send him out to play. So it's one of those situations like where are they going to withhold him to trade him by the trade deadline or are they going to roll him out there and play? I don't know. Right now, she's having him in the flex. Um, and this is all stipulation. I'm thinking this because I have him in a different league. I'm going to take Burnett as well, just because Bijan last week, bad number. Diggs has been playing good. I think that's going to be a high scoring game. Mahomes has been balling out, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy I get Nakua back. I'm hoping to get Trey Benson back next week. Things are looking up for me, but yeah, I'm going to take Brenna this week against me.
Hey Rob, real quick, what's your strategy here with Quentin Johnson? Got you a goose egg last week. You're confident he's going to score, get some fantasy points at least, a catch maybe?
I need him to get rolling, man. I need him to get back and rolling. Lad McConkey's been getting a little bit more attention in that offense. I think I don't know who was on him last week, who was guarding him or shadowing him or whatever, however you want to word it, man. Obviously wasn't good. I have a little bit of worry there, but if there's a week where he's going to get back on track at Tennessee, sounds good to me. Okay, so let's look for him to do something. But yeah, my eye's definitely on that man. Golden's not really developing the way that I had wished up to this point in the season. Obviously, I had Mike Evans. I couldn't withstand another injury. He broke his clavicle. I had to drop him. Godwin's been out and on a bye. Like I'm looking for answers. I mean, I really need Big Q there to step up for me. But yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. I should have talked about that. Start the season, I went and got him after the first week. Spent $18 to get him. I thought it was a great pickup. Um, I need him to get back on the kicking ass train with me. 29 or 2 for 50. Let's have them both go for 29 today. Him and Nakua. But yeah, I do have Brenna beating me. All right, let's talk about your matchup, Jeremy. Go ahead, talk about your matchup with Jeff. You guys are both 3-5, both losers of the last two, both looking for answers here. What do you think in your matchup this week?
Well, basically, it's an elimination game, or at least for me. My points scored is just way too low. So there's no way I'll get any tiebreakers over anyone. I was fortunate enough. Jalen Waddle had that one catch called back for that phantom trip. I don't know how much you watched of
I
Thursday
I
Night
missed
Football.
I missed that play, but yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
you saw it after, yeah, where the running back was pissed and his coach was yelling at him. But anyway, long and the short of it, both those guys did not hit their average, which helped me out. Um, I got to basically start I got Hurts and Devontae on a bye, so I got to start Sam Darnold. He seemed like the best option. I don't know. My team's not very good. I need touchdowns for my running backs, and we'll see if Tracy was a decent pickup. I had to make a move. Yeah, my best move this year was basically getting a guy off the waiver wire for 71 fab.
Well,
That's how good my team's been. But go ahead.
yeah, no, I think the Tracy pickup was good, man. I feel like you actually had to make that move. I mean, not only
100%.
whether you're gonna plan to roster him the rest of the season, you get a little bit of you get some you get a big piece. You can trade it if you need to acquire pieces, whatever. But yeah, he had already had Achane and Waddle go. Goff is an interesting quarterback, man. Like he could go out there and get you 40, but like he could also get you less than 20, and the offense could still score 41 points. I mean, you just don't know
Right.
like what you're gonna get with Goff. Um, yeah, it's a tough matchup, man. You got Darnold, he's got JSN. I do like Nico today. Look for Kyle Pitts, I think, to have a good week. Odunze. Oh man, Jalen Warren, I think it's in the end zone finally. This is a tough one, man. I feel like this is going to be really, really close, and it's tough to say. I think it's going to come down to Sunday Night Football. He's got Samuel and Darnold going, and you got JSN. Or I'm sorry, the other way around there. He's got JSN, you got Darnold and Samuel. I'm gonna go with you, Jeremy. I'm gonna say you get the win this week. I think Debo and Odunze and Pitts, those three guys are gonna do good things for you. Where he talked about Tracy, you got a Rams defense going up against Tyler Show. Like, dude, come on, man. Rams are gonna put up a good number defensively. I'm gonna say you edge Jeff this week, and
Wow.
yeah, I do. I think like I already mentioned AJ Barner in a matchup earlier for the Seahawks. Like you got Darnold, I think he might get in the end. I just had a feeling there, man. So I don't know. I'm gonna roll with you. I could see Goff like tearing it up this week, but too unknown. I'm gonna go with you.
What a guy. Yeah, I think just that Thursday night performance, and I forgot Jeff's kicker played. So,
Yeah.
yeah, if I get some points out of my kicker, we'll see. I will say I'm sure Jeff fired up his team. He was talking shit this week. Good. Jeff doesn't usually say much in the chat, but he's getting his team fired up. He knows this is a big week, and
Oh, it is.
he,
We
he doesn't want to tush push Hurts and Ashton. He wants to bend the knee.
correct. Jeff does have a 7-6 advantage over you, by the way. Um, and I do have a 5-1 advantage over Britta. I want to touch up on those. I got those matchup records, and I just forgot to mention that. But that does bring us to the last matchup. It is Jim versus Dom, 7-1 versus 4-4. These guys are going to the Lions game today. These guys just had a trade last night or yesterday. Um, Dom's team is starting to round into a pretty good team. If the pieces stay healthy and the pieces stay efficient, I mean, he does have Rashi Rice back, who looks definitely super electric as we remembered him last year. No DeAndre Swift for Dom this week, but he just did that trade, picked up Ken Walker the third, and kept a starting position with the wide receiver with JMO. Yeah, this is a hell of a matchup here because Jim just got Lamar back. Both team Adama is getting momentum, but my God, his quarterback situation has been terrible. Mac Jones hasn't been bad forever, but like, just not desirable quarterback position. That's been holding him back. This is gonna be a high scoring matchup, Jeremy.
I think so.
Both running back situations, I think, are gonna have decent weeks this week. Seattle was on a bye last week, correct?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, so Kate Walker is going to be rested. That Commander defense isn't all that good. I like their running backs. Jim already had 33. Mac Jones ain't going to put up near that number. I still can't remember if Flacco was playing or not.
He's still listed as questionable, so I don't know.
Oh,
I forget they have to announce it an hour and a half, 90 minutes before the
yeah,
game or something.
11:30. I'm going to say
Yeah.
Higgins has a better week than Moore. Rashi's going to beat Adams this week. Warren over Theo. Ooh, that's a tough one there. Give me Brian Thomas Jr. or Dowdle. Wow, this is a tough matchup. This is a tough matchup. Give me Dom. I think Dom's.
Wow.
I think Dom's gonna get it done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll even though Bird's got 33 or Jim's got 33 already. I'm gonna say Dom gets this one. It's gonna be a high scoring matchup.
Yep.
It really is.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, Jim's wheeling and dealing over there, right? I was trying to the whole story on him getting JMO and Kenneth Walker. I was trying to make that deal last week because they were on a bye with Jim to get Pacheco, and poor management on my end because I should have canceled the trade Monday. Jim accepts it. I can't start Pacheco because I already used my players. He ends up getting injured. I digress. But Kenneth Walker shifting teams. So is JMO. I will say this: I have seen a lot made of this is a JMO game. The thing with the Lions is it's always an Amon Ra game and it's always a Gibbs game. Every single fucking game. And yeah, I agree. But a good game for JMO is like 4 catches, 100 yards, a touchdown. He's
I
not
was gonna
getting 10
I was gonna say like 4 catches for like 80 yards and a touchdown. But
for
yeah,
80. Yeah.
yeah.
He's not
Actually,
getting 10 catches, 8 catches.
that was for Jack when he watches this and Jim. They'll get it.
So, but I think that was a good trade for everyone. Jim needed to upgrade at receiver a little bit. We'll see how Devontae does. Now he's in the number 2 spot. But Jim's strength is his running backs. It's Gibbs and Jacobs. They're workhorses.
Yep.
Really, the only way I see Gibbs not putting up another like 25 points is if Montgomery gets the goal line touchdowns. But
Yeah, and that's another thing you don't know. I mean, like Gibbs has been getting a huge number of touches the last couple of weeks, and that's just because he's been, in my mind, obviously it's because he's so electric, but also you want to kind of limit Montgomery's usage to let him stay healthy throughout the year. So I mean, like I don't foresee Montgomery always like being a dud and Gibbs having the majority of all those touches like we've seen the last couple of weeks. But we'll see if this is a game where Montgomery will help kind of share that load. Let's go into the power rankings real quick, Jeremy. We got about 2 minutes left here. No surprise, I still have Jim number one. He's 7-1. He has a good squad. Okay. Number two, I got Adam. Number three, I have Drew. Four, I have Bruna, and five, I'm actually putting Dom right now. His team, like I said, I think his team's getting better. He does need to figure out his quarterback situation, but I kind of like where his team is going. So yeah, if I don't know if that's similar to what you got, Jeremy. I know you probably don't have Drew in your top five, but
Definitely not.
yeah, go ahead and give me your Jeremy. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna Adam's been hot. I'm gonna put him as number one. Jim's team will get fired up after hearing this. He's obviously number two. Then after that, I'm gonna go with you, and then Bird, and then Dom to round out my
Wow,
top five.
wow. Drew and Jack must be in the bottom two.
Well, yeah, well, Shane's
Yeah,
down there as well, along
power
with
bottom,
Marty.
power. Oh yeah. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up this week. Go Lions. Good luck in
Go
fantasy,
Lions, baby.
everybody. Enjoy the fall day. And that's going to wrap it up this week. We'll see you next week.